This year's IBC coverage is brought to you by
We had a very big generative AI sneak update that came out a few days before IBC 2024. Back in April, we announced that we are getting into generative video through our Adobe Firefly models. We announced that a video model was coming. And at IBC 2024, we're really happy to talk about progress we've made on that video model. So as you can see from the sneak video that we released a few days ago, the quality of the Adobe Firefly video model is really incredible. It creates near photorealistic video from a simple text prompt. You can also do text to video, you can do image to video with a text prompt, you can feed it a reference image and do text to video. But my favorite thing about it is the great amount of camera control that video professionals are going to have to create their text to video and all of their generative video. You can adjust the camera angle, the mood, the vibe. You can tell it to be, give it a handheld camera motion, and you can adjust the amount of motion within your shot. And also, in talking about, real authentic use cases that video professionals are going to be able to use every day. For instance, I work with a lot of motion designers at work, but I am not a motion designer, and I can't draw past a stick figure, right? But I have ideas in my head that I want to express, and I want to feed motion design teams for inspiration. So with the Adobe Firefly video model, I could generate a little motion graphic and put a word in parentheses for that to show up on the motion graphic. And I can give that generative video to my teams as inspiration or an iteration on what we're thinking about accomplishing with the motion design that we're looking for. Additionally, atmospheric elements like animations that you might want to put over or within a video. We can generate animation elements, over a black background, for instance, that you can then take and composite into your Premiere Pro or After Effects projects. And in addition to just text to video, we're also going to surface the Adobe Firefly video model in Premiere Pro for the first time through Generative Extend, which is coming to Premiere Pro beta later this year. And the idea with Gen Extend is, dealing with those gaps in our timelines that we always find ourselves with as video editors, Let's say you want to facilitate a transition, but you don't have enough space between either cut because the camera cuts too early and you have one of those freeze frames in your transitions. Or let's say you switch between take 4 and take 5, and now there's this pesky 1 or 2 second gap in your timeline. And the solution that we normally have to come up with is how do we perform open heart surgery in our timelines to make the timeline make sense and to facilitate that gap and to close that gap. Well, with Generative Extend, when the video clip ends, you're going to be able to extend that shot with generative AI and create photorealistic frames that extend past where the camera cut, so you can fill that gap, facilitate that transition, do whatever you need to do. Additionally, let's say an actor is looking right past camera at another character and they break their eye line. We're all used to editors having to deal with issues like that. You can then cut that clip where you have a good eye line, use Gen Extend, extend that eye line for a couple more seconds. It's really, really cool. And I also love the fact that with text to video, we're going to be able to use a reference image that we can upload to the Adobe Firefly website and say, generate me a B-roll shot that is a complement of the image that I'm uploading right here, and give it a completely different camera angle, and it's going to generate a very great complementary piece of B-roll for your project. But the most important part of the Adobe Firefly video model is that it is designed to be commercially safe. We only trained our model on footage that we had access to via public domain or via footage that we directly licensed from creators, right? So it's important to know, for artists supporting other artists, for safety and responsibility and transparency as we really start to accelerate into a video-powered generative AI world, that the models that you're using are commercially safe and that everything is above board for your video creation as you start exploring and experimenting with generative AI video. We're very proud that the Adobe Firefly video model is designed to be commercially safe. We're very proud that content credentials will be embedded into any generative video that you make on Firefly or in Premiere Pro, so that organizations around the world can upload footage and upload images to the Content Authenticity Initiative and verify if Gen AI was used and how in any specific use case. This stuff is really important to us at Adobe to make sure that we're going into the generative AI world, especially with video, with complete trust and responsibility and transparency. But either way, you're going to be able to use Generative Extend in Premiere Pro Beta very shortly. And soon you'll be able to go up on the Firefly website and experiment with text to video yourself. We are in a private beta right now with text to video. It's coming very soon. If you are interested in joining the beta, head over to our Adobe blog, check out the latest blog article about the new Gen AI Sneak, and sign up for the waitlist, because we've all been playing around with it for a few weeks, and I gotta tell you, it's a lot of fun. It really sparks your imagination, and you're able to come up with some really amazing stuff.